Good evening, everyone. So welcome back to the JCI Europe Live for the April edition. So my name is Carol and I'm one of the EDC counselor this year. And in this episode, I'm so happy to have my host partner, Heidi from JCI Finland with me today. Heidi, say hello to everyone.
Hi, everyone. So as Carol said, my name is Heidi and I'm from JCI Finland. I am the committee member from JCI Europe Marketing and Communications Committee. Carol, in this episode, we have so many guest speakers with us in a very packed schedule today, isn't it?
Yes, Heidi. So it is so exciting that we have so many JCI members with us today on the JCI Europe Live this evening. So first of all, we will have the JCI World Congress COC team from JCI Hong Kong to share some of the exciting news and updates with us tonight. And then we have some members from all around Europe to talk about some of their projects they're working on, which support the Ukrainian refugees.
So what we are waiting for, let's get started.
All right. So for the first session, so let's welcome the COC team from JCI World Congress this year from JCI Hong Kong to share some of the exciting news of the biggest events of JCI this year. So let me just add the members on the stage first. So we have our COC director, Ben from JCI Hong Kong. We also have Joel, which is my good buddy from JCI Hong Kong, when we were all the local presidents when we were from JCI Hong Kong in 2017. And also we have Alex, also the members from the COC team as well. So to start with, I'm going to share the stage to Ben first, just to share with us some of the exciting news from JCI Hong Kong about the World Congress this year.
Yes, thank you, Carol. As I'm Ben and your World Congress Director from Hong Kong, and after we grant the hosting rights of last year's JCI Hong Kong has formed an planning to host the Congress in online format, and the top-up option for the physical will be confirmed to implement or not in the mid of this year's during the mid-year evaluation of WHQ. And I believe that our team working hard to bring Hong Kong to every corner of the world through a series of events in hybrid format. We look forward to your enjoyment and visiting our neighborhood and experience our culture. In this moment, I would like to pass the time to my Executive Deputy Congress Director, Joel, and Ambassador Alex to tell you more about our Congress. Joel, please.
Okay, thank you, Director Ben. Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And could you see the screen that I've shared?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Carol and Heidi, for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here. This is Joe from Hong Kong, and I'll be making a short presentation about the World Congress 2022. So since last year, since the bidding progress, we've had a lot of support from members all over the world, and thank you for that. And we as JCI members, we always like to have fun and connect. And this element remains here for the World Congress 2022 Hong Kong. We've prepared, aside from the core programs such as the meetings and the World Championships, we've arranged for you a series of different feature programs that I'm sure members from JCI Europe and all over the world will be able to enjoy. So I'm introducing here 4 different feature programs here. First is related to JCI Rise and Adaptive Resilience. Since we have just recovered from COVID, we're getting a restart on our businesses and our careers. So we'll have different business forums and sharings related to those topics. And also we'll have topics related to business, entrepreneurship, and decoupled finance, decentralized finance, and NFTs and NFT art, and also different blockchain technologies will be something that you'll be seeing all over the World Congress. The third one is sustainable tourism. Although some of us couldn't travel this year, it should not stop us from visiting different parts of the world. And so we've came up with this sustainable tourism program where our members will be able to create different virtual tours and also enjoy different virtual tours. So let's say if you're in Europe, even though our World Congress is virtual. You'll be able to experience different cultures, different scenic spots here in Hong Kong. And likewise, for members from Asia, we hope to be able to tour different cities in Europe. The fourth one is virtual exhibition. Aside from the registration fee for World Congress, right now we're planning to have a small top-up fee where members from all over the world will be able to host a virtual booth for your chapter or your business for all 5 days during the World Congress. And members from all over the world will be able to browse your services or products. And again, since we're still in COVID, some parts of the world, some programs will be virtual. And still expect to have a lot of opportunities to make new friends. And these are some of the highlights of our program. Some I've mentioned, some are core programs such as the opening, the award, and closing ceremonies. And after this, I'd like to pass the mic to Alex, also our Deputy Congress Director, and also the Ambassador for JCI Europe, and he'll be able to tell a little bit more about registration fees and deadlines.
Thank you, Joel. And I say hi to every members in Europe. And I'm your ambassador of JCI World Congress, Alex Fu. I would like to present one information, very important information to you is the registration fee and the registration early bird deadline. The early bird deadline will be on May of 31st of May. And the early bird price will be 150. So we are to make the best value of money to the member about this registration fee. We really encourage your members to approach your JCI LOM and welcome the JCI LOM representative to engage with me to coordinate some more events or activities before and in the World Congress. What we want now is you to join our World Congress and join the digital world, or maybe in the future we can join face-to-face in Hong Kong.
Okay, thank you, and we hope to see everyone, all the members in Europe, in Hong Kong soon, during the World Congress 2022.
Perfect. Thank you so much, COC team. So I'm just looking at all the chats from the JCI Europe Facebook page, and we have like so many like members are watching from all the way from JCI Hong Kong as well. So I suppose that a lot of us, we are all excited to see if we can all travel back to like Hong Kong to have a visit, or even though like for a lot of European members, they probably have never been to Hong Kong. So like just a quick questions from myself because everyone know that I'm originally from Hong Kong, but I didn't come back home for like near 3 years now. I know that like we do have some exciting news that even though like for a lot of non-residents, from Hong Kong, they are all allowed to travel to get into Hong Kong if they want to have a travel according to the current like quarantine requirements. But what do you guys think that what is the story and the situation in November? Do you guys know any news yet? Is it still possible for the international delegation to travel to Hong Kong at the moment?
Yes, if I may answer for the team, right now the situation here in Hong Kong is looking a lot better. Actually, we've seen the government restrictions are relaxing, starting to relax. It will happen all over May. So hopefully by the end of May, we'll see an even more ease of restrictions, and hopefully we do hope that we could meet members all over the world in person in November. That's what we're hoping for. But right now we're still being cautious, and please stay tuned for any updates.
That's very good. I suppose a lot of us in Europe, we are so looking forward to travel, to attend the World Congress organized by JCI Hong Kong. So once again, thank you so much for the COC team. So I suppose if a lot of members, if you have any questions, so feel free to reach out to Alex, because Alex is the assigned ambassador, to Europe. So like if your countries are planning, to organize a delegation to travel to the World Congress, so make sure to reach out out to Alex, or if you have any questions, don't feel like, just feel free to let COC Director Ben know if you have any questions, so we can try to support and try to arrange the travel and the delegation to all the way to Hong Kong as well. So once again, thank you so much, COC team. So right now we're going to move on to the next session, which is we're going to talk about the projects related to the Ukrainian refugees. Heidi, I know that in the last 2 months, all the members from JCI Europe, they are all working very hard to try to work on the projects on the ground to support all the members who are affected by the war in Ukraine. So first of all, I know that we have for this evening, we have lots of members from different national organizations from Europe, and then they would like to come on to the stage to share with us some of the projects that they are working on. So what about the first one? We can invite our national president from JCI Romania, Alexandra, to share some of the projects that they're working on from Romania, which is the neighbor from Ukraine.
Hello,
welcome,
everyone.
National President.
Thank you, Carol, and thank you, Heidi, for having me, first of all, and for inviting us to present our project. So if you allow me, I'm going to share a bit of the slides and going to tell a few things about our project. So JCI Romania's project is called JCI Borderless because actually it's not only JCI Romania, we are being supported by a lot of local and national organizations around Europe, and not only, even from Asia and America. So it's really a JCI international project that is borderless. Literally. In Romania, we've been focusing on 3 border points. So we are working hard in 3 parts, in 3 cities where we have also close local organization by, and they're very active close to the border. We also have a partner that is bringing things into Ukraine, and he already donated around 5,500 cans of food. And I know that this week we expect to donate another almost 4,000 with the help and support, the financial support of JCI Netherlands. But also most of it's possible because we have a big support from JCI Frankfurt, from JCI Germany, who is supporting us in our fundraising campaign. Also, JCI Netherlands sent us a lot of trucks, cargo with all kinds of things that went into Ukraine at the beginning of the refugee crisis. We also delivered hot meals to the refugees coming into Romania. Until now, we delivered over 1,000 meals to refugees in 1 border point and in 1 city in Romania. So local chapters all over Romania are active, even if they are not at the border points. We delivered over 100 boxes for pets because there is a big issue with people who come with pets in Romania and they want to travel abroad because they don't have any cages or any bags to travel into planes with. So that's another thing. We arranged transport for refugees coming on foot by the border and that need transport to the refugee camps and in the cities, in the train station. We also help church association that was hosting Ukrainian orphans, and we delivered mattresses so they can actually host everyone with the help of JCI Netherlands again. Then we delivered disinfectants for one of the border points because they didn't have any for the food camps. Together with JCI Liège from Belgium, we delivered for movable shower cabins in one of the border points for 1 month. And I know that the showers will be going back to Belgium in the next month. One of the local organizations also collected clothes that I already know that went into Ukraine, but also into the refugee camps in Romania. And then, sorry about the text. I see here there's an error. JCI Bucharest actually arranged with 2 film directors to document all the refugee crisis in Romania. starting from Bucharest, going to all the border points, so going to Isacha, and then together with JCI Moldova, going on the other side of the border in Moldova, and so on. So there also was a documentary. We sent a cargo of 1,000 euro to JCI Ukraine to support their endeavors in their project, because probably you already know they also started to prepare some refugee hostings. We also helped a lot of people coming into Romania one by one. So when we knew there is a case that needs help, we tried to help. And in this project, we engaged over 50 members and partners. So that's basically a quarter of JCI Romania members, a thing that I'm very, very proud of. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity to present all of this and all of the activities. I think we're so much engaged in the action that we don't really get to promote it that much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alexandra. So I heard about the JCI Borderless project from day one when you guys started to take action. I do appreciate like all the hard work you guys are working on all together with all the members, like especially with different national organization across Europe. So like just a quick question. So like if we would like to support and continue, to help you guys, like as a JSON members, like I'm based in Ireland and Haiti is from Finland, what we can do, from our side at the moment.
Yeah, so as I said, this project is supported by JCI member all over. So we did receive donation even from Hong Kong, from Japan, from America. So if you go on our Facebook page or on our Instagram, you will see posts regarding JCI Borderless and the link to donor box. And you will see exactly like each amount where it can go, so how you can help. For example, if you donate like 100 euro, that will go into cargo sent into Ukraine. If you donate 50 euros, that will go into hot meals for refugees. So every dime is really invested wisely, to say so. So that's one point where you can help.
Thank you so much, Alexandra. So, like if you're interested in supporting these projects, and then feel free to try to like look for more information on the social media. I suppose that is all online, and like I think after the JCI Europe Live, and then we're going to share all the like projects on the social media again. So stay tuned on the JCI Europe Facebook page, and then so you will see more projects that all the members from Europe, they are all working on. So moving on to the next project. I know that apart from Romania, which is the neighbor of Ukraine, we also have Poland. We also have Joanna from JCI Poland, and she is like the coordinator of the JCI Help project. So this evening, Joanna is going to join with Thomas, and also Joanna's from JCI Germany, and then you guys are going to talk about some of the project that you're working on the ground, isn't it?
Yes, thank you so much for the invitation. It's an honor to be here. As Carol said, my name is Joanna. I am a former national president of JCI Poland, and currently I'm a member of JCI RISE committee. And those experiences actually led us to joining forces with a lot of countries that have been in touch with us as JCI Poland and JCI Ukraine in the efforts for helping Ukraine in those trying moments of crisis. So as in Poland, we currently have over 2.5 million refugees in the country, or some of them are trying to transit through the country. So it is a challenge, but even before that started, we understood from the conversations with JCI Ukraine that there are basically two ways that Ukraine needs help, and it's needed immediately and long term. First is the help for refugees who have already crossed the borders. And this is the part which Thomas will address later on as the coordinator for the help for refugees, especially through the jobs and through the assimilation into the legal employment and the help for becoming a part of the new society for the next year or maybe more. for the Ukrainian refugees. And the second part, which has been our focus from day one within a big international group of JCI countries, is assistance through delivering supplies into Ukraine. So let me show you a few slides which summarize the efforts which have already been done in a number of countries. We really have been very proud of seeing the members, both active members and senators, former members, kids, volunteers, joining forces together to deliver supplies throughout the entire Europe, sometimes going through the borders of Ukraine, all the way to the war zones, sometimes going to the borderlines in order to support the refugees who managed to escape the country. We have been in direct connection with JCI Ukraine that from the very beginning started to support the nationals of Ukraine on the ground. Some of the refugees are so-called internal refugees, which means that they had to change the cities within the country and they needed to find a shelter. JCI Ukraine made a huge effort in a very fast pace in order to provide them with the calm and safe space, which is not a huge sports hall or a warehouse where many people had to stay. JCI Ukraine provided, as you can see, the simple places where people can have some rest, where they can shower. And this has been inspiring us to join forces with the members in all the countries of JCI Europe and also outside of Europe in order to help the Ukrainians within the borders of Ukraine go through those trying times. This means that we decided to create a system and a communication line where we would be in close connection with JCI Ukraine in order to provide for the needs of the institutions and the people that they work directly with, or to also deliver the goods in other places and institutions where JCI Ukraine cannot reach. And just to give you an example, one of our national board members of JCI Poland is actually driving directly, personally, with his own car into the dangerous parts of Ukraine with the supplies that have been donated either in Poland or by people in Europe. And one of the recent cases was the help from JCI Germany, actually on the national level, and that was the a large portion of medical supplies, including the technical supplies, the apparel. So this part will be explained to you in more detail by Joe, who is here with me as the representative of JCI Germany, and as a great example of how three countries can work together in order to provide the help. But obviously, there's much more to that. Within already first 10 to 14 days, we have seen a huge mobilization of volunteers in entire Europe, and we could estimate, based on the rough information we received, that the team of JCI Help for Ukraine and the national coordinators, the local coordinators, managed to mobilize and reach to about 10,000 volunteers, which is amazing. And those people have been working on collecting supplies, collecting financial help. So seeing the scale of what has been going on, we thought it really needs streamlining and support with the communication. So we were figuring out how to make it work in the best professional way. And this is why we spend a lot of time for structuring the process for delivering supplies. And now we have this process in place and it's already operational. So you're more than welcome to join us. And if you would like to understand it better, we're happy to explain the details to you. One of the elements of the system is the IT platform, which is already operational and still being also updated and adapted to the current needs and the fact that we can coordinate the activities not only in the connection to the locations in Ukraine, but also within European Union, where we can support you with the transportation process and storage process. And Joe will also speak about it later on. So from the beginning, we have had the outreach to the national presidents, senators, on all levels, committees, Team Europe, headquarters, and so on, to understand how we can work together to the best of our abilities and how we can engage the members and help them become active part of this process. So as you can see, we have the support team from several countries in Europe, and this is just a small part of the entire group that has been active from day one. On a daily basis, in the times where the communication was most intense, we had the core group of over 20 people working basically 24/7 on supporting the communication and also streamlining the flow of supplies. We still wanted to have the classical JCI communication structure, so it was still going through the national levels, either through the national presidents or the national coordinators, but there is always a group that can support with the tasks which are dedicated to JCI help. So we have people who are professionals in logistics, law, IT, finance, and so on. And we have the dedicated task forces that take care of that. This is why we were able to set up the dedicated bank accounts, which will be operated especially from Austria and Germany. And then through those accounts, we're able to accept the donations coming also from the United States, from Japan. There's a lot of communication and a lot of support coming from all over the world. So the challenges that the team faces right now is how to get the information out there. So thank you, Carol, for the invite here, because this is exactly what we need to spread the word, spread the good vibes, the motivation, and also involve the members in the long term internationally, because the struggle is real. It's gonna stay with us for a few years, and we need to make sure that we as JCI can also contribute to supporting the society through the positive change we can bring as the young leaders. So with that, I would like to hand over to my colleagues and invite Joe to share the perspective of providing the help as JCI Germany.
Hi there, good to see you all. Thanks for being here. First off, I'm just overwhelmed what this is a great project of so many nations, not just nationwide, so across several nations. And when we started helping Ukraine, we figured out that we as Germany, we do have a problem in coordinating, because we do have more than 215 chapters, local organizations in Germany. And every chapter, or most of the chapters, they started with an instant help. So everyone does it by themselves, and it was not coordinated yet. So when we started cooperating with Poland and did the first transports, the idea came up, how can we just coordinate all this? And now we are building on a network of warehouses all over Germany. And we do have a couple of central warehouses where the stuff can be just storage till a whole truck will be full. And then we started a cooperation with German-Ukraine Aid Foundation that is actually transporting, or that actually does our transports for free, voluntary. And if we want to Poland, if we want directly to Ukraine. So since we are in contact to Max, who is the national president of Ukraine at the moment, we can deliver wherever they want us to deliver. And this is a great chance because first there was a huge problem. The bottleneck was actually transportation. And now this problem is solved. It is a long-term cooperation, so at least till end of the year, but probably even over this. And now it's up to us to collect items, to collect goods, actually Europe-wide or worldwide. As soon as it is in Germany, we can do the rest of transports through Poland to Ukraine. And this is what we can offer everyone who is more Western than Germany is, to deliver it to Germany, and we take care about that the goods will get to the right place. Yeah, we are creating a platform, an IT platform right now, where requisitions can be put in from Ukraine, but also where the local chapters can put in what donations they already collected. So we can match up what we do have and what they need, and can plan the whole transportation even through a couple of cities. So there don't has to be a full truck in one storage. They can, if they are on the way, the truck just can pass by. I'm pretty proud of the things our members created with this, and I just can invite everyone, if someone wants to join the platform, just contact Joanna. If you have any questions, just contact any of us. We will stand together and help even more. Thanks.
Thank you. So I think it's the turn for Thomas, isn't it, to talk about the platform that you
Yes,
built.
right. I'll talk about the platform. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thanks very much, Carol and Heidi, that we are invited tonight to present our projects. I just have a few slides about it, and I'll show it to you now. Let me just, yeah, here we go. I hope you all can see it. The aim or the mission is that we want to enable refugees from Ukraine to become very quickly equal members of their new society wherever they go in Europe. And for that, we have different projects, as Joanna already told about. We have emergency goods, financial donations, other initiatives, and of course, the green part, which is the job aid, which has the goal that we want to at least get 1,000 contracts signed of people from Ukraine who go to work to somewhere else in Europe in companies of JCI. And for that, do we need your help, the help from your part in two sides. We are about to build up a platform, a JCI job platform. In fact, it's already existing. It's the one from JCI Bavaria, which has been set up for the JCI Rise initiative concerning the COVID crisis. And this will be now developed into a European platform. And so what we need now from your part is two things, or it's two things. One is we are looking for representatives, people in each country who do the marketing for this platform, which is mainly winning JCI members to offer the jobs on the platform once it is realized, which will be in the mid of May. So we are looking for a staff member. For that we already have a marketing concept and the marketing tool set which is existing. So it's just you don't have to do the basic work on that. You can start with all the items that are already being prepared. And the second part then is, of course, if you have any jobs which you think could be interesting for people from Ukraine, please bring them on the job platform and advertise there. It will be for free, of course, and you will the more you will also get information on this platform that is needed about immigration and cultural issues about people from Ukraine. And on the other hand, just to let you know that also people from Ukraine will find information about each country, cultural information, economical information, also information about immigration in each country, useful information that they need when they want to take a job in one of the countries here in Europe. So that's basically everything. What we are looking for is, first of all, we are looking for representatives who take the job of the marketing. And on the other hand, then once the platform is opened, we will inform all of you. Then please, bring your jobs on this platform. This is my contact where you can reach me. Best is through WhatsApp on the number you see below, and of course also through email. Yeah, then I'm finished. Thank you very much. Of course, there will be some questions probably.
Yes, thank you so much, Thomas and the team. So, of course, I have a quick questions. I'm not sure if Heidi will have some questions for you guys, but I have a quick questions, which is, you guys are working together as a team across Europe. And what do you think is the biggest challenge, apart from the communication, getting the words out there to get more people, to have the awareness, what you guys are working on? What would be the biggest challenge so far you guys have come across? Because I can say you guys are well structured, you have everything, I'm so overwhelmed as well. I appreciate all the hard work for sure.
Yeah, I think really the hard work then will be to get, we are talking about the content, which means the job, and then the traffic, the refugees, and those will be the two biggest challenges. First of all is to get enough jobs on the platform, so to motivate a lot of JCs to advertise there. And then of course also the marketing at the refugees. For there, we will work together with JCI local organizations which are on the spot. We will work with social media marketing, and of course, we will also try to collaborate with big non-profit organizations like, I don't know, probably the Red Cross or other organizations. So if anyone of you has a contact there, we have some contacts, but the more force we can put into it is the better. So if you have any contacts to one of those non-profit organizations or other, please contact me.
Thank you so much.
And if I may also add one thing from the supply side, I think that the dilemma which is faced by some of the countries is how they can get involved without making this a full-time job for their members. And we have had conversations of all sorts of people who want to contribute personally in working in warehouses, as well as people who think that there would be a more sustainable way for collecting the financial aid, and the fundraising would be their core. I think that the main challenge is to keep people motivated long term. And to make it easier on them, I think it's best to hear them out, what they need and what would be the best and easiest way for them to contribute. So for some, the fundraising might be the easiest part, and this can be also supported through the network of partners that we have established. where we can provide the supplies because of this financial support. On the other hand, we also did establish the ways for providing the transport and the warehouses for the physical storage of supplies if this is the issue. So I think that to unblock some of the initiatives in some countries, it's just a good start to understand why people withdrew in some countries or they didn't start yet, and help them understand the process. And we were more than happy to help out both the national members, the board members, as well as the coordinators to make that happen.
Thank you so much, Joanna. And Heidi, I think you have some question, isn't it?
No questions, but just comments. It's wonderful to see that JCs are gathering together to help one another. And I'm a logistics specialist myself, so it's wonderful to see your supply chain managed so well. So good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joanna's team. So moving on, we still have a few more speakers in the queue. So I'm going to invite the next speaker, which is also from Europe, but this time we're going to invite HP from JCI Netherlands to be the speaker to talk about some of the hard work they are doing from JCI Netherlands. I know that JCI Netherlands, you have a website to mention to list out all the supports that you guys are working on, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah, we do have that. Yeah. Thanks, Carol, for the introduction. I'm here on behalf of the national president, Kim Scholters. She was unable to join, so otherwise she would have done the presentation on her own. I think just as an introduction, I think Johanna has been doing great work on creating an initiative for help for Ukraine, and that's essentially where we are. Essentially what we wanted to achieve is that first of all, it's a bit cropped here, but so we were thinking about what should we do, and of course when you get in these kind of situations, you do not want to collect clothing or whatever, where it end up in some big chunk of everything. So therefore we thought it would be good to organize it a bit more effectively. So essentially what we were able to achieve is that we were able to get the first truck delivered into the Ukraine within 3 days after the start of the war, as well as that the first projects were started. So essentially within the small team, which we initially started with, so comprising of 6 people, we all have been building up our network with people. So we had people focusing on logistics, people focusing on PR and communication, focusing on crypto, and as well as on the network, the experience, as well as the European partners what we are working with. And while Ukraine, of course, was especially in the first days after the start of the war, it was, of course, in the news everywhere. So we were also able to get free support from marketing agencies in the Netherlands willing to design whatever we needed. So, of course, it is in Dutch, but essentially what they helped us with is the development of high quality posters and stickers and whatever to collect whatever we needed. And we were able to get everything done. The same applied, and also what Carol already says, that we were able to furnish ourselves a website in which everybody who was willing to participate and to contribute could look up everything with respect to what was required, the need of the products, where you can donate money, things like that. So essentially, we have been focusing on crowdfunding and collection of humanitarian aid. Of course, it has been important for us. So we started locally, we went nationally, and of course, in the end, we also went internationally. We have had 44 local collection projects, which reached from Friesland to Maastricht and from Papendrecht to Apeldoorn, and everything in between. We were able to set up 3 sub-hubs throughout the Netherlands, as well as 2 main hubs, and from the 2 main hubs, essentially all the transport has been organized. And of course, we have been working with international contacts within JCI Europe, including JCI Romania, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Ukraine, Belgium, Germany, and Poland. Now, there was one amazing story. There were two guys which contacted us, Bart and Marcel, whereas Bart had a truck and a trailer. And he called us and he said, "Well, guys, I learned about your story and the project you're organizing, and I do have a van, but I have a truck, but I don't want to drive alone." And we was like, "Well, I'm more than happy to pay up for the for the mileage, but yeah, I don't want to drive on our own." And we were like, "Yeah, but guys, we are not furnishing drivers or something." And yeah. Well, things happened, but 2 hours later, we were called by Marcel, and Marcel said, "Well, I'm a truck driver, but I don't have a truck. So if you have a possibility to have like a truck without a driver, I'm more than willing." So we hooked these guys up on Monday. On a Tuesday, they had their first Zoom call together, and they decided to drive to Romania and to have driving 4,400 kilometers to Romania from the Netherlands to help us out. So they did also one of the trips, and these guys become like friends for life or something. And they also did a trip, essentially our last trip, which was done during Easter weekend. Now, yeah, then with respect, what we have been able to do, we have sent in 12 truck trailers, whereas 3 truck trailers were sent to JCI Romania with their local partner, Transcends pentru Romania. We have sent in 1 truck to Poland. We have sent 2 trucks together with partnering up with JCI Potsdam in Germany. And we have been able to send in 6 trucks to Kiev, Lviv, and other locations using the green corridors, which have been set up by the embassies as well as the governments in Ukraine. And of course, we also sent in 2 small trucks with trailer, which left for Romania. On top of that, we were able to get quite a few donations in. So we received until now about 35,000 euros, whereas we spent 2,500 euros directly to JCI Ukraine. We've donated 7,500 euros to JCI Romania, as well as Transcends pentru Romania, to buy local foods for distribution into the refugee camps, as well as into Ukraine. And as Alexandra already mentioned, we also donated 900 euros to buy 15 beds for a orphanage in Romania for children, which was once again done in cooperation with Romania and their local partner. And there where we are. And that's where we stand at this moment in time. If you have any questions, Carol.
Well, that's amazing. Did you, just a quick questions, did you recruit those 2 drivers to join JCI Netherlands after they heard about, the projects that you guys are working on?
Yeah, well, they are all beyond the age limit, so that's not an option. But we were really happy that they were volunteering to be being a chauffeur, and well, it felt really great that they did the 14th trailer. So we had they did the last one because we have stopped in the Netherlands on collecting with goods. But because these guys came back to us and said, "Well, we had an amazing trip to Romania. We want to do it again," and they said, "Well, we are available during Easter weekend." So then we thought, "Oh, we will hook them up with our last shipment, let's say." So yeah, these guys were really happy.
That's awesome. Like, I'm also in the JCI Help for Ukraine, some of the WhatsApp group, and I saw like you guys keep posting like all the amazing stories, videos, photos, in the very beginning, especially. So like I'm just like super grateful that all the members. Like you guys are working so hard. Like I'm just browsing, like from all the messages, and also like today I'm just like hearing all the amazing stories, what you guys, how you started, from the beginning, and then also like what's happening, also all the results that you guys are achieving. It's just so amazing. So I'm going to like move on to the next group of speakers from JCI Moldova. I think that they also have some good story to share with us. HP. So I'm going to move you to the backstage.
Great.
So we can
Thanks.
listen to the story. Yeah, thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Thank you. So moving on, we are going to invite some of the members from JCI Moldova. I know that we have 2 members, isn't it? Let me just add them onto the stage. I'm not sure if Alessandra is here.
Yeah, Carol. Thank you very much. So Ioana will be our member that will present all, our projects. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Hi. Hello to you, all of you, and thank you for inviting us. Alexandra is actually on the road, doing the stuff for the next week for JCI. So I will try to share and present.
Great.
Can you see my screen? I think yes, right?
Do you share your screen? So you'll be able to see there's a control button of sharing from your panel. So there's a button down there.
1 second.
Okay, it's popping up.
Okay. So we are from JCI Chisinau today. We launched a campaign together in a collaboration actually with JCI Moldova. It was called Small Gesture, Big Impact, and we managed to raise in total almost $25,000. All these funds went directly to over 100 and 500 refugees in 50 localities in 5 districts of Moldova. So basically we reached a lot of people. Our first action was in Nick House Pension when we had 40 refugees and almost 30 children. If you can see the photos in the background, even small babies. Then we went to Fălești, Sarata Veche, Hiltrești, Glinjen, Răuțel. This is in the Fălești district. Basically, we are doing almost 2 actions per week, where we are trying to reach around 100 to 200 families in 1 week. These are the photos from there, from Căușeni district, Hagimus, Cârcăiești. Then we received 5,000 euros donation from Kaufland Moldova, and we managed to sign a partnership contract with them for the actual and future collaborations, and we are very happy about that. This is since 1st of April, we took over the administration of a hotel near Chisinau, which is in Porumbeni, and it has over 46 refugees, which are sheltered there, and out of which there are 25 children. And we are paying their utilities and bills and trying to help them with hygiene products and non-perishable food as well. This is basically the conclusions. As Alexandra, the NP of Romania, said, we also met the 2 guys doing the documentary on behalf of JCI, I believe. So we spent 1 day with them. Then we are now having a partnership here where we are trying to reconstruct a municipal library that will become a refugee learning center for refugees, especially for children as well. And we will try to bring Moldovan children as well for them to communicate and have different activities so that we can help them have a smoother integration in the Moldovan society. The main goal of JCI is to get involved in refugee integration, and we need to focus on our strengths here in our organizations. So this is actually business development in Moldova and integration in the labor field. So we are trying to find working places for people which run from Ukraine here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is also like amazing work. I think during the weekend I also shared the the story of what you guys, have done during the Easter holiday, when most of the members were like maybe having fun, having a rest, and then you guys are still working very hard.
Yeah, we would like to invite you to follow us on our page, JCI Chisinau Facebook page, and also Instagram page, so you can see more of what we are doing, because I feel like just talking and presenting some photos, it's not enough.
Yes.
So basically, please join us.
For sure. So I think like after the JCI Europe Live from this episode, we will share more like a post and the link from all the projects from all the local and national organizations, what they're working on. Like actually we are all working on that. Like you can see that in the last like 2 months on the JCI Europe page, we try to share all the impacts you guys are working on the local level. So we hope that we can help to increase awareness what you guys are working on every day. In the last 2 months, it's been tough for lots of members, and especially I suppose like especially the members and also the people who are living in Ukraine. They're the people that who got the like the most impact what's going on every day. So last but not least, we are so happy to invite the national president from JCI Ukraine, Max, today with us to share with us some of the stuff that you guys are working on the ground. Like I don't know, like I put you at the last speaker for some purpose, because I do want you to know that you get all the support from all the JCI family from Europe. A lot of members on the ground, they are like working so hard to try to support your people. So do you have any things you would like to share with us, and how are you?
Well, yeah, do you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great, thank you. Yeah, big honor to participate in this stream. How am I? I'm doing good. We stand strong as usual, and we're doing our job day after day. So basically, we actually have no time for negative thoughts and so on, because yeah, a lot of stuff needed to be done every day. So yeah, I have no presentation today, so I will just explain you verbally what we have right now. And as usual, first of all, huge, I don't know, like universally huge thanks to all of you guys, because we see a lot of support from JCI from all over the world, not even Europe, from United States, from Asia, from Europe, from everywhere, and this is amazing. It helps us to do our day-to-day job and so on. Yeah, thank you very much. What do we have right now? Right now, we have pretty much stable team, which is constantly growing. Right now, whole team counts 11 persons, and we have donation. We have a point in trading center where this is like the small warehouse where locals can bring donations, can bring food, I don't know, clothes, everything, humanitarian help, and we collect this help in this warehouse and spread this among refugees, and we are supported by international organizations who provide food, and we deliver food packages every day. Around 50 families receiving food packages from us, from this small warehouse in a trading center. As well, right on the start, we opened the small shelter for refugees. Its capacity around 30 persons. It's very comfortable, and we trying to host women and kids there, or people with disabilities, who needs special care. And this is very comfortable place where they can stay up to a week. So yeah, Later, we opened the second shelter for 200 persons, and they can stay there up to 3 days and 5 days, to be able to take a breeze, to find a way how to move forward, or to find apartments for long-term apartments here locally, and so on. So this is the second. In the first shelter, we have 2 administrators who are receiving salaries. On the second shelter, we have 2 administrators as well who are receiving salaries. So this is not volunteering. So this is the hard day-to-day job, and because a lot of refugees are, refreshing constantly. So that's why these positions are paid. The first, we have like the bigger warehouse, because a lot of humanitarian help organized by our local entrepreneurs, business, and so on, coming to Dnipro, and we should bring it somewhere. So now we have a warehouse here, and like a small office which is provide services in terms of integrations for refugees. What means integrations? We help them to find stable apartments, long-term apartments for free, or discounted, or even connecting them with agents and so on. And we help them to find like a simple job, the starting point, and we help them so we provide psychological support by volunteers. So in general, our project is like a refugee care, so we do everything to help them, to support them, to care about them. And the next step for us is now we creating a fund to renovate old buildings and share apartments as a social apartments for them, for the one who have no place to go back, and they should wait, I don't know, 2, 3, or 5 years while government will rebuild the houses, and square meters and so on. So they should stay somewhere. And now we signing contracts with city administrations and with universities who have old buildings which is not used, and we rent these buildings for free for 5 years. And now we will start the renovation projects, I believe in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and we will share these social apartments among refugees, I hope soon. So yeah, this is the points where we focused, and we're doing our best, and everything I mentioned is possible because of donations of JCs from all over the world, from Europe, from US, from everywhere. So thank you guys. 90% of money behind that is JCI's money. So you are amazing guys, and this is it helps a lot. I guess I shared the link here in the chat. I don't know if anyone see this link. So this is the Google folder, which is open for everyone. We putting all our photos every day. So this is the photo and video reports for all of you guys of our day-to-day activities. You can you can go there and check how much I guess that its capacity 5 or 6 gigabytes right now, because every day we put in new photos there. So enjoy, guys, if you are interested. Yeah. So if you have any questions, please feel free.
Thank you for sharing the folder with us. I just put it in the chat here, and it is also like the link is also showing on the screen here. So feel free to go onto the Google Drive and have a look at what JCI Ukraine are working on every day, and also like all the projects, how they involve their members and the general public over there. So I know definitely it's a lot of things going on over there. It's just overwhelmed, and I think the most practical way to support like all the work JCI Ukraine and also some other members across Europe are working on is definitely like doing and making a donation. We have like HP from JCI Netherlands. They have the website. They list outside all the reliable channels. How are you going to make the donation to support the refugees? So feel free to go onto the website and have a look how you can help to support the people who are affected. Do you have any comments from your side, Heidi?
I wish you all the best, and I'm encouraging our JCs to continue to donate and support the crisis in Ukraine.
Yes, definitely. The nations, maybe, we have maybe less than on a start, but the nations are still arriving, and this is it supports us a lot, because as for now we have a lot of maintenance, of all of that, and we have a lot of plans, and we just focused on the future and to provide even more support and do the best we can. So thank you guys, thank you very much.
Thank you so much once again, National President Matt, for joining us in this JCI Europe Live. So I'm just conscious about the time here, because we just scheduled for the live for 1 hour. But once again, thank you so much for all the speakers who popped in today to the JCI Europe Live. We have a super packed schedule, isn't it, Heidi? and then we hear all the wonderful stories from everyone from all around Europe. Just before we closing the JCI Europe Live today, I just want to share some of the reminder to all the members who are watching today. So as you can see that from the JCI Europe Facebook page, we put up a reminder for everyone. If you are going to submit a JCI award during the JCI European Conference, make sure that the deadline is coming up on this coming Wednesday, as well as if you are running for the public speaking championship, and as well as the debating championship representing the country. So make sure that you have to register on jci.cc before Wednesday. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your national presidents and also any members from Team Europe as well. So once again, thank you so much. Heidi, it's your first time to be the host on JCI Europe Live with me today. How do you feel? Are you still feeling nervous?
Great. I feel great. It was wonderful to be here and to hear all the speakers and all those projects. It really warmed my heart to hear all these JCI projects that I will support and will continue to support Ukraine.
Thank you so much, Heidi, for being my host buddy for today's JCI Europe Live April episode. So for the next one, we are going to have the May episode coming up. So if you have any projects, or if you're doing something amazing in JCI across Europe, so feel free to reach out to me, and also you can send us a message on JCI Europe Facebook page, and then let us know you would like to share your stories on JCI Europe Live. So usually our JCI Europe Live will be like scheduled in the last week, which is like Monday or Tuesday every month. So if you have some interesting story to share, don't miss the opportunities to share all your amazing work with the JCI network around the world on Facebook. So once again, thank you so much for everyone turning in today, and we hope to see you in the next episode in May. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.